Marshmallow Fanboy back with another review. This time I bought the Batman and Robin wave from McFarlane Toy Store. I full disclosure, man, I hated the movie. The nipples on the suit were weird. McFarlane did his best to absolutely minimize that. They appear sort of as dots and not really nipples. Of course, none on the women, thank God. But on the guys, just dots. But I hated this movie, man. I when it came out, I was just, I had gone through the Michael Keaton ones, and then there was the Val Kilmer one that was not horrible, but it wasn't great. And then this one was a Batcave with like neon signs and neon highlights and stuff. It was just not Batman. It was so many characters they threw at us at the same time. I thought, what in the hell is happening? And it all ends with Mr. Freeze trying to bury Gotham City in snow. And they're like, we know where he is. We've got to go get him right now. And they go to the Batcave for a costume change, because they all have to match at the end. It's super... I'm just like, really? You went back to the Batcave to change suits? Just for no reason? That's okay. Fair enough. And it killed the franchise. But I love these characters. And really, like, I don't have a George Clooney action figure, or a Chris O'Donnell action figure, or Alicia Silverstone action figure, or a Uma Thurman action figure. Now I have all four. It's super cool in that way. In that way, I'm really excited. It's not that I don't love the characters. It's that I hated the movie. But I couldn't wait. I wanted to put together Mr. Freeze. I also don't have an Arnold Schwarzenegger figure. Let me think about that for a second. No, I don't have an Arnold Schwarzenegger figure. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, I don't even have I know Sylvester Stallone's had some Rocky figures, but I don't have that or the exquisite Rambo figure. He's had a lot of figures, come to think of it. George Clooney, I don't think he's done anything else that's had action figures, nor Chris O'Donnell, or Alicia Silverstone, or Uma Thurman had Kill Bill figures. That's right. So I don't think I have any Kill Bill figures. I'd have to really look. But in any case, I was excited to add these because I'm it's not that I'm unhappy with the characters. It's not that I'm unhappy with the likenesses. The likenesses are good. The suit's good. I mean, the movie is to blame for it being sort of monotone. If McFarlane had done different color hits and things, it wouldn't have looked sort of more exactly like the Batman and Robin was, but it has the cool kind of fade, the gradient on the side, which is really keeping with the movie. And it's like that on all of them. Even has the Batman and Robin logo, which is cool. I think we were really excited for that movie, and it just didn't go. And Robin, very cool. Oh, I didn't notice the trading cards have George Clooney's likeness on there and Chris O'Donnell's likeness. I wonder if they had to clear like licensing to get those likenesses. The ears at the top of Batman's suit are a little bent. I am of concern of the bent ears, but let's move on. Let's see, let me do that one last. Batgirl, the last minute addition to the team, and who had a suit just in case, and then suddenly had another suit as soon as they went back to get another suit. Weird. But she comes with Mr. Freeze's head and shoulder pads, and a picture of Alicia Silverstone as Batgirl. Like I said, I don't hate the characters, man, but the story was really awful. The actors probably did the best they could with what they had. The Uma Thurman figure, though, is amazing. It's like a gradient on the legs that goes kind of to light to dark to real dark green by the bottom. The bodice has a lot of just a lot of character to it. I don't know what you call it. A lot of it has like a wash. It has a couple different paint applications. Of course, the sleeves are a little bit lighter green. It has the pronounced eyebrows that are you can kind of see in the card there in the back, that it's absolutely accurate. See the hair piece in there, just like in the picture too. And she has Mr. Freeze's body, which looks a little small to be Arnold. And my hip is kind of displaced and open. That's weird. Hopefully that's not broken inside the package. But these are really cool. I couldn't wait to add them to the collection because, like I said, I don't hate the idea of the characters. I did not like the movie at all. But the figures, that could be this movie's redemption. So, Alicia Silverstone's hair has kind of a cool, has paint washes on the hair. So to make up for just a flat black, and some of it is shiny black, some of it is flat black, and that's cool. The hair has a little bit of character to it, where it's light and dark in some places, and that's very cool. So we're going to bust these things out. We're going to take a closer look, and we're going to put Mr. Freeze together. Together. We're going to put them together. Now that we've gotten them out of the package, let's take a closer look at the assembled team of 5 from Batman and Robin. I did my best to kind of pose them fighting the villains and things, but my posing was probably not super convincing. Also, I know Robin's arm, the icicles are supposed to be straight up, because I checked McFarlane's website. And also, this piece, the frozen piece, is Robin's, and it goes on his leg, on his right leg, the same leg that belongs to the arm that the ice is on. The ice goes on pretty easy. You just sort of, do this on the fist, and then it goes in. The cards are really cool on these. These are really great images of each one. Really nice close-ups of each character, which is a really nice touch. I think these were the movie posters. Maybe, because you could see a little bit of Poison Ivy's hair here. So it was like she was over here and George Clooney was over here. And then Chris O'Donnell was over here, maybe. Let's see. Based on her hair here, Alicia Silverstone was down here. I can't remember. Maybe they were 4, and then I don't know. But they were on the poster. I wish they had an Arnold card. They had a giant one on the back of the package. But it would have been cool if one of the packages came with 2 cards. One for the character and one for Mr. Freeze, the fully assembled Mr. Freeze. Same goes with the action figure stands. There's one for each character except for the Build-A-Figure. Be cool if one of them came with an extra action figure stand for Mr. Freeze. Not that you probably need it. His feet are enormous and he's easy to stand up. Let me take those away. So I'm not going to be going over articulation, but I will be going over, well, maybe Mr. Freeze's. But I will be going over just a real closer look at each character. I'm going to start with Batman himself, George Clooney. I straightened out the bat ears a couple times. I can kind of bend it a little bit, and then it stays that way for a minute, and then it goes back. And I know the solution is probably to run it under some warm water, straighten it out, hit it with some cold water. But one ear looks subjectively shorter than the other ear. I'm not sure if that's my imagination or not. I'm going to take the ice fists off. It's a pretty good likeness. It's George Clooney reminiscent, at least, and the eyes are really good. You can see the black makeup around the eyes. And, of course, you can see the ear is bent again. Darn you, ear! There you go. Oh, it's already bending back. Look at that. Ooh, you can watch that in real time. Hey, maybe I should make an ASMR video of just a bat ear going back and go, sorry, that's my Bane voice. I don't know why Batman's ear would sound like my voice. Sorry, that's the only time I'm going to do that. So, see, get a good look at the Bat logo. It's very cool. You can see the tiny little nipples, which seem like they were gigantic on the actual characters in the movie. like super noticeable, or maybe it's just people kept pointing it out, so it was all I could look at. It's got the little bat utility belt, the Batman logo on the utility belt. Very cool. The legs seem a little bit non-textured, like there's nothing on the legs. Same with Robin. It all seems sort of smooth from the waist down as far as musculature and everything. And it seemed like, it was a costume and it was molded, and maybe it was exactly like this. But I'm not sure. The boots are very cool. There's a bat right at the top of the boot. That's very cool. It has all the articulation you would expect from a regular action figure from the McFarlane line. Everything is there. This cool cape, which looks a little dusty. So does Robin's a little bit. Maybe it's ice damage, or maybe it's the material. It's really flimsy. It's really flexible. Not flimsy. Let's not say flimsy. Let's say flexible. It's a very cool cape. There, I've undone the damage. But that is George Clooney's Batman, who doesn't have a whole lot of variety as far as color goes. But I think that's the way the movie was. There wasn't a lot of color in that costume. It just looked cool against, it contrasted well with whatever he was standing in front of. Or he was just invisible, except for the jaws and the eyes, maybe. But there was no hide and seek in Batman and Robin, no sneaking around or anything. So I'm not sure why I said that. So anyway, let's take a closer look at Poison Ivy. Easily one of the best, I think, because of the colors. The kind of the bright colors and stuff. The villains are my favorite in this wave. I love Batman and Robin, and the very first appearance of Batgirl in the film franchise. Of course, Robin, I think, was introduced in the previous movie. I think in the Val Kilmer movie. Or, man, was he in... He couldn't have been introduced. Let's see. Let me go in order. Okay, it was Batman and Joker. Then it was Batman and Catwoman and Penguin. And then it was Batman and Robin and Riddler and Two-Face. And then this one, it was... That was my problem with as the movies progressed, they started multiplying. So the last movie was Batman, Robin, Batgirl, Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, and a really weird Bane for some reason. He didn't sound like that, though. Anywho, so I don't know what my point was. Oh, right. Robin was introduced in the last movie. So we're getting the movie version of Batgirl for the first time in Batman and Robin. And that is very cool. And I'm a huge Alicia Silverstone fan. She's super cool. So is Chris O'Donnell and George Clooney and all of them. But just because of the pops of color, the Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy have got to be my favorites. Just that bright red hair and all the different color in the bodice. I think that's what you call it, is the bodice. Little vine here, dark green crawling down. It's a light to kind of dark to very dark green. There, she has a finger that's like come here, just a little bit closer. I'm not gonna poison you. That's my name, right? But I'm not gonna do that. It could also be like a trigger finger, but it looks like it's a come here. Like, I'm not gonna hurt you or anything. And then of course there's the hand with the plant in it where she blow the dust in your face, and you would be like, I will bid $1 million on her, ha ha ha, put it on my Bat Visa. So very cool the way that it curls around her hair. The sculpture is just really nice, and the paint is really amazing on Poison Ivy. I think Poison Ivy was the only character that you could really brighten as far as the characters go. So McFarlane said, you know what? I'm going to brighten it up. I'm just going to make it super bright. How about that? And we said, yes, please. Please do that. Well, of course, she's over there. Yeah. Okay, let's turn it a little bit like that. Okay. Let's take a look at Batgirl. Alicia Silverstone, the only hit of color is her hair, which is really nicely done. It has a lot of different variation in it. It kind of makes up for just the plain black, which isn't McFarlane's fault. Again, that was the movie. The movie was just plain black. You see the Bat logo there on the chest and on the belt, and right here on the boots. They're thigh-high boots, right against here. And let's see, cape, very cool. I don't know if that's accurate, but seems like they all have different capes. Batman has a giant cape, and Robin has a cape that doesn't go past his knees, and Batgirl has one that is sort of ends at a point and kind of resembles kind of a pair of bat wings a little bit. But it's very cool. And of course the spikes on the end of the gloves. The Batman figure has one spike on him right there. And Batgirl has 3 very cool spikes. So I'm going to move her back over here. So she's still on camera a bit. And I'm going to grab Robin. There, now the icicles are pointing up. I still didn't attach the leg piece just because he can't stand up and wear the leg piece simultaneously. So I'm just going to keep that off. But it's a cool character. The only character with any real color, except for the hair. The hair got a little bit of a wash. I can see some black streaks in there to kind of set it off and to separate the hair a little bit. Give it a little more texture and definition. And of course the red for his logo, super cool. Of course the red incorporated into the Batman and Robin logo. There's a bat symbol right there on the belt. And yeah, just a really cool figure. And it's got the three on the sides. It's a little bit thicker than Batgirl's, but the same essentially. The cape is shorter than Batman's, less volume, but still a bit bigger or maybe differently shaped than Batgirl's. Batgirl's has sort of a bat texture, sort of a, you know how the wings kind of have that concave kind of design to them. I don't know if I'm describing that correctly, but it does. So there. That is Robin, and let's see. What I'm talking about on Batgirl is, see if I can get Robin standing. You should see how these curve. The bits of the cape that curve in like bat wings a little bit. Robin's lays flat. It's kind of just a flat chop across. And hers has more texture to it. Last but not least, let's check out Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze was kind of the big deal for me on this one because he's a Build-A-Figure. I knew he was going to be at least a little bit bigger than the rest of the characters because he's Arnold Schwarzenegger. I liked the design of the character, if not, the execution of the character. The cool party, that kind of thing. He has a blast effect that comes right out of the port of the gun, like so. And he can hold the gun with both hands. Let me take that out. In putting together the figure, it came together really easily. And the shoulder pads have nice bolts to kind of put right in the chest and the back. And those went in super easy. Nothing about the figure was difficult to put together. It was really nice to do. The kind of the underwear or whatever this part is kind of rubber, and the legs kind of plug in underneath it. So it kind of shoves it up a little bit. And then you want to sort of try to, seat that pelvis piece sort of properly so it covers up, holes in the figure, but, not sort of dislodge it so the pants are down. So this character has all the articulation that you would expect and some articulation that you wouldn't expect, which is sort of mid-torso and the waist moves, which is very cool. The legs, they bend. They bend. Yeah, I'm not going to go over the articulation of Mr. Freeze, but I will get in really close on that head, though. Look at that head. Wow. With the clear parts on it, just looks really amazing. Of course, the design on it looks really amazing. The blue parts maybe could have, looked a little more glowy. I think they were glowing in the movie, but he just looks really cool. And with the right lighting would look really amazing. But that is the entire wave of Batman and Robin. I was excited about it when it first made its appearance at, I don't know, Toy Fair or somewhere, and I thought, oh my god, I hated that movie and I'm going to order that wave. I knew I was going to order that wave. And I'm glad that I did. It's a fun wave to have. It was a fun wave to put together, and it'll be a fun wave to display. So I hope this thing has joined your collection, because if anything, the Dark Knight figures taught me was that those Dark Knight figures sold out, and then they just stayed sold out. You can't sleep on these. So get them now while you still can. And until next time, enjoy your toys.